there, partner.
Wow.
Jimmy Riley.
We are back. You are looking fresh as ever. How is it going, my man?
God, feeling so good today, Jim. Just feeling fantastic today. I feel like we haven't potted in a month. I miss you, brother.
I miss you as well. It really does. It's weird. 2 weeks seems a lot longer than it actually is in, I feel like grown-up life. You know what I mean? So much can happen in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks in '08 when you own Apple stock. Todd Meeker gets on an in-person pod, and suddenly the Trough Talk goes from just being a fun little thing we do with the boys to being a world syndicated and recognized platform.
Well,
I mean, talk about a boost.
That's fake news, and you're blowing the kid's head up. I mean, it's crazy the stuff he's been saying. I guess they went to Vegas and
Come on, man.
and don't get me wrong, he brings a whole different dynamic. It's like a different show with Todd in the mix.
Jim, I was listening to the pod. I went on a drive. I think I was on my way to JO's to watch the UFC fights, which we'll circle around to because I watched.
Yes, I was going to ask
the later half of that card.
Perfect.
So, but I'm driving. I throw on the pod, and you go to Todd. Very beginning of the pod, you go, "How great would it be if you just died right now for the numbers on the podcast?" And he goes, "Yeah, Jim, great to be here. Thanks for having me."
Well, dude, he was doing this weird thing. He was like clapping before the pod. You know how they like do that weird clap where you like smash your hands together and like pops almost, and it like popped his eardrum or something, and he like freaked out. And I was like, I mean, cameras are recording. Shit, that would have been numbies. You know what I mean?
In-person pods are just different. Have you ever seen or heard of Drink Champs?
I've heard of it. I don't really know what it is.
So it's Noriega, who's like a rapper in the 90s. I don't even really know much of him, but he was like a big deal in New York.
Right.
But it's his podcast, and he has people on there, and he just gets them drunk, pretty much.
Damn.
In-person pod, has them taking shots, gets them saying all types of crazy shit. So
that's perfect. Comedy. Do you know Sam Morril and Mark Norman? They do one called "We Might Be Drunk." Same thing. They just go in different mixers and talk, and so sick.
It's the best. Like Nori's thing, the Drink Champ is all about like celebrating people, giving them their flowers while they're still alive. So it'll just be like, hey, what did you do? Blah, blah, blah. I got a movie coming out. Hey, toast to this guy. And they'll do like 6, 7, 8 shots of tequila,
Jesus.
In the pod. It's almost like kind of like schemy. Like they're setting people up a bit, but in-person pods are just different.
They really are. Cause I mean, like this, you almost have to wait like a half second, you know what I mean? But like in person, interjecting's no problem. You can read the room. It's fucking, yeah, they really are a ton of fun. I can't wait to knock some out. Hopefully down in San Diego. Just got some 4 mics, just fucking get a couple of the boys on, have some fun. Let's go.
All I need is 1 mic.
Right. Now, can I ask, is there an occasion you're dressed up for tonight? Or are you just feeling the moment, feeling... To
be honest, so we're moving on Tuesday.
Right.
Our new lease starts on Saturday. So most of my stuff's packed up. This just happened to be one of the last things. I just did the laundry. So I'm doing the laundry, like all the laundry that's been in my hamper.
Amazing.
For months and months and months. This would be one of these things that just... It stays in the hamper more than it stays like clean, folded up. But now I want to get your opinion on this.
Right.
Now I think I'm making the switch from folding my clothes to putting them on hangers.
Wow. If you have the closet space, 100% the way to go. 1,000%. I hate folding my clothes. I have too many. But do you have the closet space for that? Or are you going to make the closet space? Or cut down on clothes?
I have a bit of closet space. I mean, should I spill the whole tea of the whole roommate situation moving into the new house? Should I walk you through the whole situation?
I would love it. But first, because I don't want you to feel left out, Kenny did send the boys some new Manscaped stuff, and he said once you're all settled in, you'll get it. But we don't have an ad this week, but I just wanted to show you. you got one of these on the way. A nice little beard trimmer for your old Yoshua. I see your beard coming in nice. So
Well, I actually I used it to trim my beard. Like when it got crazy, instead of shaving it, I always end up shaving it. Now,
yep,
this is not even an ad, boys.
that's what I mean.
This is not even an ad. I'm telling you, I spent my whole life growing my beard out, and then it gets too long, and I shave my whole face. Maybe just a mustache. Maybe a fucking little, what do they call
A
this?
little
What do
soul
they call this one?
patch.
Maybe a little soul patch if I'm feeling myself. But now that I got the Manscaped life all hooked up, but now
No,
that ad's over,
no,
my
not an
Manscaped shit
ad.
didn't even, let's save it. Let's save it. This
No,
is
go
for
on.
this is
I want the roommate sitch, or you say let's save that.
no. We could do the roommates.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
save
what
the
I want.
Manscaped critiques. I may have some critiques, but
Definitely save
the only
those.
critique is that I don't have more of it because it's such a good fucking
Well,
product.
that's what I said. That's on the way for you. Exactly. You'll
Yeah.
have more of it. But go on. I want the roommate situation.
So it got a little testy in the waters. We prevailed, It didn't get too crazy, too personal, but we had the situation where we were living in this awesome place in La Jolla for a very reasonable rate, and the reason we were able to is because it was my boys, my two roommates that I'm now moving into my new place with. It was their fraternity brother's dad's house, right? Jim knows this, but I just want to lay out the whole story. So they
Standalone
hooked it up.
podcast.
I would not be in San Diego today if it wasn't for the opportunity to be living in this garage. So they are absolutely 100% the boys. Now, the situation comes up, we have to find a new place. All right, boys, spread out, look for bottles and cans. We got to find ourselves a house. So I got us a house, I got us a tour, and we checked out the whole place and everything was good. And that honestly was the only house that we ended up getting an official tour with. So it became our only option.
Right.
Now, being that
I see where
being
this is
that
going.
being that A, I lived in a garage for the past year, B, I found this new place, and C, just in general, I figured there may be an opportunity for me to get one of the better rooms in the house. So this was the situation. There's two nice master bedrooms
Wow.
upstairs. They got showers. They got pretty much double the space and double the closet space. And so the third person pretty much has to go into their rooms to shower.
Oh, so those are the only. That's what I was going to ask. Those are the only two showers in the whole house are connected to a bedroom.
Correct. And the room's small, so none of us want the room, right? So then here comes the question of, how do we figure out who takes the third room?
Right.
So me being the one that doesn't work from home and typically being the most low maintenance liver, it was kind of assumed that I may take that, but obviously we had to figure out the rent split and what that would look like. So together, we all came to the conclusion that a fair rent split for the 2 rooms and the 1 room would be, now we're getting into the math, but it'd be $16.25 for the top guys and then $1,000 flat for the bottom guy.
Wow, I'm taking that bottom room every time. Fuck it.
Right. And from my perspective, that is a fair price,
To not have a shower in your room, but it also is an inconvenience to the other guys to have a guy showering. So now, did you guys ever think about cutting one of the top rooms a little bit and then making that the guy's shower, like he's the permanent shower sharer, and cutting his down a little bit more?
Exactly. I think that could be a solution, but well, we'll see. You'll see how it kind of unfolds. But I feel like in that situation, you would take a little bit more to be the guy that doesn't share the shower. You know what I mean? So you'd take it from the one master to the other master.
For sure. We had this exact situation in Reno, and then the person that had a shower in their room ended up using the communal or the shower everyone used anyways. It was a shit show. But go on. Yes, I love it.
It's just, but that's why I love it. That's why it makes for a good pod. It makes for a good story. Because it's
Very
this
relatable.
is just a real life situation. You can't make this stuff up. You can't experience it without going out and experiencing it,
Yeah.
So I figure, all right, $16.25 up top, $1,000 for the bottom. Let's flip a coin.
Wow.
See who gets it.
Flip a coin. How do you flip a coin 3 ways? If you
Odd
don't mind
man
me
out.
asking.
Oh, Friday Night Lights style. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that was the situation. Anyway, some time goes on, and my roommates decide that, the third room's just not really a realistic option for them.
For both of them?
Yes, because they work from home, because they have desks and it's small, so it's not going to work. So then the question becomes, being the person that gets no choice in this, no chance,
you're kind
like how much does that affect the price of the rent? I put that on you.
So you're saying now that you have no choice, you should be paying less. Now they kind of like force you into this.
Yeah, if not, we'll flip a coin,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's what, like, it should really be like, I don't know, because that's a pretty good rate for down in San Diego already. It's like a G, right? So it's like, take 100 off, take 100 off both rooms, tack it on the one, and make you two the sharers. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do. I don't know, because like 1,000 of rooms already, they're gonna say that's fucking. You're not gonna find that anywhere else, right? And you say fair, but
well, if it's such a good deal, then take the room.
I like that. You've been doing too many phone calls. I like
Well,
this.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I tried to lay out this whole situation. Like, that's obviously, and that's why I added context in the beginning, because these guys, are some of my best friends. At least, definitely, Dante's one of my best friends for sure. So it's a situation where you don't want to like play too hardball or
exactly.
low ball,
you don't want that to be the reason you guys
break their
friends.
balls. But at the same time, you want to be something where you're comfortable with, where it's like, hey, like, I found this place and then somehow I got relegated. Like, this is the fucking Premier League.
And if you feel like you're getting screwed the whole time, it's just not going to be an ideal living situation. You know what I mean? It just sucks.
Right. So I asked for them to wet my beak. And so did you have a number or a rent split of what you think the third guy should pay in that situation?
If you're breaking it down, I would do the one guy gets a full master, the other guy shares. But if you're doing just the one guy,
forget that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The one guy, it would probably be 100 off, 100 more off, 800.
Oh, 100 from each of them.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, okay, that is the number. That is the number that I determined in my head as well. Exactly that number.
Yeah.
Right. So, and yeah, that's the number I determined in my head. Now,
did you hear them coming in?
I thought to myself, well, clearly in a vacuum, when two guys don't want to take the third room, then that gives all the leverage to me to say, all right, I only want to pay 500 for it, whatever it may be,
Right.
I didn't want to do any of that stuff. And I said, all right, if 800 is the price that I think is fair, let me come up 50. 850, 1,700 each for the two of them. Even number.
How'd that go?
Not the greatest, but all in all, pretty good. I think they were maybe caught off guard a little bit by it.
That's the beauty of the deal, the art of the deal, right there. Catch them off.
I want to give everyone grace, so I'm not going to air out the dirty laundry. But I think it became a bit emotional, and it came a bit to where it was like it felt like it was being taken personally. So I just wanted to like clear the air. I was like, yo, like I'm trying to be chill. Like, what is the number you're comfortable with? Like is it if you each paid $50 more,
Because $50 more a month, it's like it's really nothing in the big scheme of things. To have it your way, it's like it's a pretty nice number.
So I came in with the ask at 75 more a piece. And then I said, they didn't even counter. I just brought it up for them. And I said, guys, what about like 900? Like, I want to find something. I want to work together.
Right.
And that's kind of what we ended on. So, that's how that kind of went. Everyone, sorry.
You're good.
Everyone, good vibes. We're ready for the new house. So I hope so.
No, that's, like I said, that's always, it's like breaking up with the girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you don't want to talk about it, but something that definitely has to be talked about. And like, just sucks. Sam Marino and I were in that same situation where D Roach found a roommate, and it was just like us two looking for a house. And then he ended up finding something solo, and I just felt so betrayed. I was like, you fucking scum. And I was like, Dude, it was all obviously all on me. You know what I mean? Like I could have been looking for two people things and doing the leg work like you did, but yeah, just moving out always fucking blows.
The whole process thing. It always comes with a story. Yeah.
But that's fun. When are you guys actually in?
Like on the 18th is our U-Haul day.
Ooh.
So on Tuesday. But we get the keys as soon as we put the deposit down. So like maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Nice. Let's go.
And we'll be neighbors with Kenny.
Yeah, I was
right
gonna
on
say,
the same street.
Same street. So how far down?
Like quarter mile, 3/4 mile.
Oh, walking distance for sure.
Yeah, like a nice little long walk. Yeah. And I'm like 300 feet from the rec center, which has hoops. It's got a big old like grass field.
Nice. Is that where you guys are hooping lately?
We usually hoop at this other spot, Ava. And we just hooped today. Actually, it was a really good hoop run today.
Yeah.
J.O.'s been trying to hide from the hoop run.
J.O.
So I tell him every Wednesday it's the same time. He's like, I need a reminder, yada yada. I'll text him in the morning, nothing. So today I called him. I was like, J.O., when a guy tries to call you in so many times and it's just met with no's, it's hard to keep. Yeah, I was just giving it to him. He's like, yeah. He's like, but dude, my roommates aren't going. I don't have a car that's working right now. I'm like, I'm coming to pick you up right now, J.O. Get your shoes on.
No excuses. Yes.
So I was late to the hoop run because I went out to pick up J.O. Cool little 15-minute drive. Went, picked him up, took him to the hoop run. We show up. We got the second game, picking up 3 to join us, and we just ran shit, me and J.O. Until the fatigue hit. So we won 3 games in a row, first 3 games. And in one of those games, I think out of the first 5 threes that I shot, I think I either made 3 or 4.
Damn, let's go.
I was shooting. Yeah, and J.O. hadn't hooped in a while. He's like, oh, let's go, Josh. It's not like I do it every time, but shit, I was pulling.
Exactly. Feels good when someone doesn't see it too. You know what I mean? Not around often, and that's like the first thing you do.
Right. And like last night we played in the league. We had a playoff game, and the team that we were playing against in the playoffs only had 4 guys. And the 5th guy had a hurt ankle and stayed in the corner on offense.
That's so fucking annoying, dude.
So he would just stand in the corner on offense, and we'd go back on defense. He'd stay back. They'd try and throw an outlet to him and shit. Like, it was just a weird ass.
So whack. Oh my God. How hurt was his ankle? Was he like actually like, could you tell?
He started the game on the bench, and then at a certain point we were starting to wreck him, and they brought him in just to stand in the corner just to help, so it was pretty bad. I think he did not intend on playing, but they like kind of kept it close. Like they were down like 13 the whole game.
Oh wow, that's closer than it should have been for 4 guys. What the fuck?
Yeah,
but it's 4 guys are hard to guard too. That's the other thing, because everyone's just doing their own thing. Like there's no really like you can run like a box and one, I guess, and just throw one guy in the middle, but like. It's fucking
that's
odd.
What we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We just had one guy sit in the key and just fucking block shit and rebound.
Yeah.
So it was cool. But in that game, they were playing like a little zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like there was like the first 2 threes that I took in that game, I drilled and fucking they were off of just like a normal swing pass. Like guys at the top of the key, swing to the whatever, and I just caught it ready to shoot both times. And nothing feels better than that. Like you're just ready to shoot. You have the space. It's just make it or miss it. And I feel like for the longest time in my basketball career, like I don't know how to explain it, but I just wasn't shooting to make. I was just shooting to shoot. You know?
I totally feel that shooting because you're open. I mean, that's my life.
Like
on the
none
elbow.
of the defense matters. Like I was letting the defensive none of the defense matters unless they're gonna block it. And if they're not gonna block it, just make it.
Fucking
make
it. Yeah, good point. But yeah, no, that's my whole life is shooting like that and being open for a reason, as my dad likes to call it.
Absolutely.
I pass the ball. There's some guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I started to blow my. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I'm starting to blow my cover out here.
Yeah.
Like I used to be the free guy. It's like Draymond Game 7, 2016.
Draymond.
It's like, come on. Usually we give this guy the shot. He starts hitting them. He goes for 37.
It's going to be an issue.
37, 10, and 9 against head-to-head against LeBron in Game 7. I mean, don't sleep on Draymond.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into that a little bit. How are you feeling about the Warriors? Have you seen the latest of Jordan Poole looking just absolutely miserable out in Washington?
I don't know why he's miserable. He's going to get every shot in the world. It's going to be Jordan Poole Central out there. He should embrace it.
Well, yeah, but he went from a team that was a contender to a team that's nowhere close. That's rebuilding in a polite way, you know?
He might as well be playing for the Bullets, huh?
He might as well be playing for the Generals. Fuck. I mean, there's nothing.
They're quite literally the worst team, huh?
And obviously
Charlotte.
It's going to be interesting because if he plays well, he can go off. I think he could carry a team sneakily. I think guys will get wise to it after a while, but
yeah, I've always said I'd rather have like Jordan Poole on a bad team than on a good team, or like pick another player like on a like pick like a guy like fucking the Brown kid from the Denver Nuggets, the rookie.
Jeez, man, the Brown kid. All right, let's.
BR. It
no,
looks like
I know who you're talking about. But yeah,
is it Chris? Chris Brown? No,
I don't know. But I know what you're saying.
Do you want that lovey-dovey? No, I'm just like
Yeah, you just playing keeps going. It's better to be sometimes the big fish in the small pond than the. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna get your due more. He's gonna get seen this way. He's gonna be able to do his thing.
Exactly. He'll raise your floor and lower your ceiling. That's how I'll say it.
Yeah. That's actually a great way of putting it.
You put him in Orlando, he'll make Orlando better. You put him on the Warriors, he fucking just ruins the chemistry, blows it, shoots. Never seen a shot he didn't like. He's like, oh, Steph shoots these all the time. I'm like Steph.
It's crazy. No. Did you see he was getting asked questions and one of the reporters said, like, asked him if Draymond had anything to do with it, and he just completely ignored it. And I was like, fuck. That's gotta suck, because that's gonna be his whole life this year. Is gonna be Draymond did this to you. Draymond banished him to Washington.
Hey, but in hindsight, was that not Draymond trying to stand up for Warrior culture? We got this young kid who doesn't get it. And he's testing us, and he's testing me, the big dog of this team that's won 4 chips with this team.
Can't do it. I absolutely
can't do it. Send the message. Boom. Message sent. No more Jordan Pooles. Let's get some more Kumingas in here.
Crazy. And I mean, Kuminga, you can make the argument that he wasn't the best team guy these past couple of years. You know what I mean? He kind of hangs his head, doesn't look like he likes playing D, but he's in Vegas right now with Steph, CP3, and a bunch of other guys doing his homework. So it's like he's coming around. Love to see that.
Yeah, I wasn't too close to the situation. I don't know too much about his attitude, but when I see him on the court, I feel like he does the little things. Crashes the boards, hustles.
Yeah. Sometimes. That's what I mean. When he's getting his love, he's good. But I think that's changing.
When is Draymond leaving? Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask you if you knew Kuminga's nickname in college. It's the best nickname ever.
No, I don't.
It's the Cum Bucket. KUM-bucket.
No.
I swear to God. They made shirts in the student section and everything. Promise you. Amazing. The Cum Bucket. When is Draymond leaving? Draymond's never leaving. Did you see his tweet saying Bronny and Bron are coming to Golden State? What y'all mean?
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, could you not see that? Bronny falls in the draft a little bit right into Golden State's hands. They say, fuck it, we'll take a chance. And then Bron just finishes out. I mean,
I don't think Bron wants to play with Bronny. That's the thing.
I think he wants to play against them for a season and then with them. Because I think he wants to show them who the fuck is, you know what I mean? You got to.
Yeah. I think he's a good dad. That's what I think. And I don't think he's an egomaniac at the same time. So it's like, you know, I don't know if he'll make it about him or about Bronny, because if it's best for Bronny, you don't want to be on the team with your dad, right?
Right. But if it's your rookie season and Bron's on his way out, it's like, might be nice to share one with him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, Bron's even said he regrets naming him LeBron. He's like, I fucked up doing that, because he's always gonna, not that he wasn't gonna be before, but like even more so, Bronny, gonna be in the spotlight.
But you heard what Bronny said.
What?
He's like, I want to play in the NBA so I can make a name for myself.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
Bryce,
it's all about Bryce. Yeah,
Dude,
come on.
I was gonna say Boog's been on the Bryce hype since fucking God knows how long. He's like he's built bigger. He just everything about him is got NBA written all over it. He's
1000%.
didn't get the love that Bronny got. That's building the character. You know what I mean?
He's been beating Bronny 1-on-1 since his fucking sophomore year. I guarantee it. I guarantee it if they go 1-on-1. I got Bryce, dude. He's banging him. Bang, bang.
Well, that's what exactly. He's a big body and he can move. It's kind of sick.
Dude, yeah. He moves like LeBron even more than Bronny does, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like the mannerism.
He has to.
He
That's
looks
what I
like,
mean. Because he's
the
big
mirror
like
image.
him.
He's
Yes.
the mirror image.
For sure. Yeah. Have you seen the videos of Bron coaching their games and stuff? Dude, it is so good. He's the same person as a coach as he is as a player. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Have you seen the meme where it's like when you're in Spanish class and the teacher asks you how to say tree?
That's our ball, isn't it? That's our ball.
That's our ball, isn't it? That's our ball, isn't it?
Dude.
That one had me die.
The best. Incidentally, like the funniest athlete of all time. I saw another thread on Twitter. It was like LeBron is, and it's just all his clips, and they're all
on accident.
Exactly. It doesn't even mean to. Just crazy.
Listening to his music.
Yes, in the weight room. That's a classic video. Yeah, I don't know. LeBron, just the GOAT. He's looking older and older though. He's getting more and more gray. It's kind of crazy to see. But like he's not moving slower, it doesn't look like, just his face.
He's definitely, he just doesn't have that fifth gear anymore.
No. Yeah. It's not like he used to be, but it doesn't look like season to season he's getting progressively like way, way slower. You know what I mean? There's not like a huge drop off.
Dude, he's still an MVP candidate.
Crazy.
Technically. Definitely at least 2 or 3 out of the Lakers years, you've had to mention him in MVP.
Right. And there's been so many guys that have been blowing the, you know what I mean? It's been fucking Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, right? It's been those big three, and it's like, exactly, new generation. But like them aside, he's right up there with everybody else. It's just crazy. We were talking on the last pod. I just want to go over it real quick. How long do you think it would take Bron to beat the all-time points record in the WNBA? 10,000 points, 40-game seasons. Do you think Todd said 3?
Wait. So one more time. Okay, the record is 10,000 points.
10,000 points in their 40-game season. So if he went fucking, I forget what it is, like 40 points a game, it would be 12 seasons, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
You think he goes, okay, just points per game. How many points per game do you think Bron averages in the WNBA at his prime? Over 60?
Easily over 60. Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, he averages 30 in the NBA.
True.
So we're at least doubling it. That's where you start.
Yeah, and my thing was it's 40-game season, so he can really push himself. You know what I mean?
He could push way harder, and there will be no need for him to make the extra pass. Oh. So LeBron's a huge make the right basketball play. It'll be way more often where the right basketball play is for him to go dunk it.
Yeah. How many times does he go coast to coast? Just get the ball, just the whole game, just fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of how many times, because every time he catches the ball, I mean, the only chance that the defense has is taking a charge.
Good point.
And he's athletic enough to, in his prime, like we think Giannis doing Euros through the key is something special, and it is because he's longer.
Right.
But LeBron made it look way.
He would be dunking over people. You know what I mean? Like not even making contact with them, just going between them between his legs.
Like LeBron doing a driving test. You know, you could throw a old lady in the middle of the street at the last second, and he's swerving. You know, off of 1 foot.
Yeah.
But they all travel, man.
Yeah,
and really the big epidemic these days is the carry. Guys like Luka, guys like Ja. It's of course they're blowing by guys with this hezzy because it's a fucking carry.
Every time. And it's not even it's not obvious. The palm's under the ball. And that's
under the ball pushing.
Exactly.
It's not even one of these. It's
yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So. Did you see the new rule changes they've been implementing or they're going to implement? So fine for flopping. They're finally doing it.
Okay.
And then
they're bringing it back because that was
exactly bringing it back. Yeah. And then they got rid of it so quick. But then you get your challenge back. If you get the challenge right, get your challenge back. Football rules.
That makes
which
sense.
Is what it should have been from the start.
The flopping is so important because when you see LeBron and Jokic and Jimmy Butler
I
like
mean,
flopping, when your best players are relying on it, that's when it's a problem. Because
exactly.
that's how the game is played at that point. It's like soccer.
Oh, for sure. And that's what I mean. I hate to say that they're the model for the next generation, but you already see these AAU videos and kids are going flying and they barely get touched. They're great at flopping. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the flopping one's huge. Like I said, I think it'll be good for them. It's going to be a change at first, obviously, but like there was so many times during the playoffs where it would just be flop, 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 like 3 plays in a row, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Just incredible. But yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I was just gonna say, like recently I've been thinking a lot about making the career switch to being a play-by-play commentator. Like, there's got to be someone that could pay me at least $50K a year. Like, that's got to exist somewhere. Maybe do it for free for a while or something.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe just like take a game from the internet and voiceover call it. Throw that up on YouTube. As long as I have one really solid one, like, I don't know, like that's what I really want to fucking do, to be honest. Like,
Dude.
I want to show up to work fucking ready to call a game.
That sound right? Doesn't it sound crazy?
Like, that gets me juice. Like, I really need a mindset shift to either like really want to get better at my job or like choose a new career path,
Could not be more with you there. But yeah, no, that's like, do you have any high schools that are nearby or anything like that, or like colleges that are in the area that you could fucking
something? Like, I need to start sending out hella emails or something like that.
Yeah.
But I really just need that one video to show.
Right.
That'd probably be the best. But
I've always wanted to do that though, like go back. I mean, not exactly what you're saying, but like find like an old Lakers full fucking season from like the 70s and just like not know what happens and just watch it like it's live. I mean, it'd be so sick. But yeah, like you're saying, that'd kind of be a sick way to do it. Dude, just mute an online game and have your own fucking
do it. And now that I think about it, I'm like, with all the new streaming platforms and all the streaming platforms that will come up, if there's one game, take the Super Bowl, for example, how many people are getting paid to do play-by-play for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
So many. It's not just the one person who's calling the game for national television. You got someone for every fucking like local radio spot, damn near, Oh, yeah. Or like for Spanish listening, for Mandarin listening, that type of shit. Or English streaming for a fucking Japan League basketball game,
Yeah.
Like, who's calling the China games in English?
Great point. Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to do
like,
it.
Whatever it is, like, I will take the fucking flight. I will get my passport ready. Just pay me to do that.
Have you thought about doing like intramural league game or like rec league games or something like that? Like, fuck it, throw a camera up and be like, talk to your rec league guy and be like, how would you feel about me broadcasting the games? And then like, doing those games or something like that, just to like
a Twitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Play-by-play with Jay.
Damn, that'd be sick.
Wow.
And just
things are happening.
And then you just go, you can do different things. Like we're doing a kickball league right now. It'd be sick to have, like Mike and Todd used to do our high school games. You just set up, bring a table, a chair, and
that was the best.
You can.
What did they call that?
Meek and Mike in the pen, or Mike and Meek in the pen. I forget. Yeah, sick.
That's what it was. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, no, they're sick, and it's even easier now. That was 10 years ago. You can broadcast literally anywhere off your phone. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do.
Damn.
I've been thinking about it a lot.
Yeah, let's get it in the works.
That's what I'm saying. I just need to take some baby steps so I'm ready to quit my job.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Taking that leap is like tough.
You kind of got to go all in. Dan Patrick has a fucking school of broadcasting at Full Sail University.
What's that?
You know who Dan Patrick is?
Yeah. But what's Full Sail University?
I don't know. I think it's where he went to school, maybe.
I didn't know if it was like a DeVry or like a Phoenix, but it's like online.
It kind of feels. It's on campus for sure.
Oh, okay.
But it's like the number one like sports. If you want to be on Sports Center, that's like the number one resume thing to have education wise.
Fuck.
So I'm like, fuck it. Maybe I just do that. That'll be my fucking fast track to.
I've thought about dropping out and going back to school. I have student loans. That's my only issue. And I'm like so close to paying them off. Once I do that, I might just say fuck it and go back.
That's tight.
Yeah. But J-Flo did that for ASU.
Yeah.
Andrew Bell as well. Andrew Bell, same thing. But J-Flo works for a news place in Monterey, fucking killing it, doing his segments. Legend.
Yeah, he definitely inspired me too, because I'm like, fuck, he must feel good going to work every day because he's doing something fucking sick.
Dude,
I want to do something fucking sick.
It looks like he's having the time of his life. He's fucking yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it does look fucking sick. There's nothing worse than showing up to work and hating it. I've been pulling the 5 a.m. shift, which is honestly like best case scenario. If I worked at 5 every day, I could do what I'm doing now the rest of my life. But working in the middle of the day is just ass, bro.
What time are you off at 5?
2.
When you start at 5?
It's perfect. I mean, I like jujitsu in the morning. That's the only thing that's getting fucked right now. But I mean, can go at night, so it's like not the worst.
Yeah, Jo lives by the jiu-jitsu studio that I was going to.
Damn, you
and
guys.
So
what?
I just told him, I was like, you know, there's a studio back there. He's like, no fucking way. I'm like, I'm telling you, I went there. And he's like, no fucking way. It's literally walking distance from his house.
Give him your gi and tell him to fucking hop in.
I think I might give him my gi. I honestly might. And the other day we were just chilling, drinking beers at Kenny's house, and he was fucking tapping everyone out.
Kenny or Jo?
Jo put Kenny in a legit armbar.
Jo's got the perfect body type. The long, lengthy guys. That's what everyone says.
He's sick. He's sick. He tapped out Nick, but then I went ahead and fucking took his back.
Love that. Let's go. We don't give up back control. There's no way.
We don't. But we did.
Oh,
and he rolled out of it, and then I'm side control. I'm fucking I had him like I was throwing fake bows on him. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that's sick. We were fun times this weekend before the fights. Ashley and Tay Meek had some people over, and they did like a day in Italy, right? Where she cooked all Italian food and everyone came dressed up in their best Italian garb. My only reference was Jersey Shore, so I came in the sweatsuit, wife beater, and chain. So that's but we watching the fights, and like I was like, Todd, let me show him how to put a triangle on you. And I got him in one, and he just let me do it. But his vein on his head was fucking like out to here. It was so good. Nothing better than fucking around with the boys.
Nothing better than like playfully rolling with your boys, like doing some jiu-jitsu just playfully.
Exactly.
You know, so someone comes up on you, you throw the frames up.
Let me ask you: did you buy anything on Prime Day? This will all tie in. Prime Day.
No, I haven't, but Jo was reminding me.
Damn.
I'm thinking about getting like some new stuff for the house, like maybe like some.
Ooh, I didn't even think about for the new house.
Yeah, like some plate. The timing couldn't be better. Maybe some plates and some. Yeah, cups.
Cutlery.
Fork. Cutlery.
Yeah.
J
Cutlery. Yeah, I bought some mats today, Prime Day. Couple fold-up mats. No, jiu-jitsu mats. Jiu-jitsu.
For the house?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim, I can't wait to get back to San Jose. Trust me, we'll roll.
Yes, fuck yes. Yeah, I got a grappling dummy, and I just been fucking tossing it around in the room, just on the hardwood in the bed and shit. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta get some mats. So I got a set, gonna bring them outside, and nice. I think it's gonna be like 8 by 10 areas, so it's not huge, but more than enough.
Enough to put someone in a triangle.
More than enough for that, my brother.
That's what my room dimensions are, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what.
Less than that.
No.
8.5 by 9.9, I think.
Dude.
8.5 by 9, 8.5 by 10, maybe.
Was it an office?
It's like a closet. It's so small.
Yeah, that was like my room in Reno. That's like it's
your room in Reno. Yeah,
I think that was like 12 feet, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's smaller in your room in Reno.
Yeah, that's really small. What size bed do you have? Yeah, I was gonna ask. What size bed do you have? You got a queen?
I think a full.
Oh, okay.
I bought Will Lambs off him. He bought it for like $1,000 plus, maybe like $1,500, and I bought it off him for $100.
Oh, wow, steal.
Jewed him down.
You can say that. You can say that.
Yeah, I can say that. Thanks for letting me.
Dude, have you seen the video of the guy in like it's like a town hall, and he's like he used that term, and like everyone's like whoa, and he's like, I don't mean it in a bad way, in a derogatory way. I just mean it like, I don't want to pay the full price, so I'm haggling him down. And like, just like burying himself. It was so good. He just had no clue what he was doing. So funny.
Amazing.
But yeah, bought some jujitsu mats. I'm fucking juice. Prime Day, Johnny Manziel. Last thing before we move into the draft, I want to get your thoughts on this because I feel like you're the right guy to ask. What are your thoughts on Adam 22 and the lean of the plug situation?
Wow.
I know we're kind of a little bit late now, but that's what I mean. Fucking news travels fast in 2 weeks, so
it's not too late. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Right.
So
not really, but right.
So we're at the intersection of sex, relationships, and business
and career.
And I feel like the business is the one no one's talking about.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sex and relationships, me personally, I'm kind of open and into the swinger thing. You know, the idea of like,
that is your favorite movie. That's good.
I love the movie. Like, they're known for having a bunch of threesomes, you know, like I think that's dope of her to like invite other girls to fuck her man. Like, I think that's dope. Like, that's
part
awesome.
is
like, I think if they were to do a porn video where with another couple where they're sleeping and then they switch, something like that, that also feels in the realm of like swingers, right?
Right.
Where the line draws from swinging to cuckolding is when it becomes about public humiliation. Now, this is where we get to the business relationship sphere, you know, where these are overlapping here. Because from a relationship level, maybe it wasn't internally about humiliation, you know, like he wasn't intentionally getting his rocks off by getting humiliated like a cuck would.
Right.
Right. But because of business, they wanted it to be so public and so out there for public consumption that it has now turned into a cuckold, where it's humiliation and embarrassment and all that stuff. And I don't think Adam really thought about it like that deep.
No. And I think there was one podcast where you could tell he kind of like almost clicked for him. You know what I mean? Like someone said it and he was like, oh shit. Like fuck.
It's not the best, but at the other side of things, he's making probably so much money off it. You know, this is probably going to be the biggest video that's come out since Kim K.
You think that big? Wow. I mean, I can't think
celebrity wise, this has officially become celebrity because it's like a internet topic, you know.
That's true. That's a good point. It's not mainstream, but it is on social medias and stuff.
It's like social media mainstream by far.
Yeah.
Shake room, no jumper.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Now,
you know?
it seems like it really couldn't help their career too much more than they were. You know what I mean? It seems like they were already doing pretty well for
I bet they couldn't get a video with this much views. You know, but they were doing well enough. I don't think that's my take. I don't think he really knew what he was getting himself into. I thought he viewed it more of the idea and something that would be more along the lines of being chill, which is my wife just had a baby. She wants to feel sexy and maybe feel intimacy from someone other than me in a private manner, you know, like my wife wants to be taken on a date by someone and have sex with someone, you know.
That's just all sounds so wild to me. It
all sounds wild, but that makes more sense to me than something that's so up for public consumption.
Yeah.
Right? I get wanting intimacy from someone other than your partner. Wanting to have sex with someone other than your partner. Like that all checks out as completely natural and okay. I think, and then to the next level, like desire is one thing, action's another, right? So taking it to the next level of like, is this something that you and your partner are okay with actually doing is a whole other question.
For sure.
And then with that, it already comes with enough insecurities to fucking put it on a world stage. Like, that's nuts.
Crazy.
Like, you know, but yeah, whatever makes people happy. I got no problem with it. Like, if I'm ever dating a girl, I don't think she's ever going to fuck a guy like that. So
not Jason Love. Are you signing the okay on that?
I'm not. No, I'm not. But think about it from Adam's perspective. Think about you have a wife and a girl who has done nothing but try to get you laid by the hottest women on earth. And watches you fuck the hottest women on earth hundreds and hundreds of times. And then she asks for one dick.
Yeah, no, I when you say it like
Like
that,
it'd
but
be
I
hard
just
to like it'd be hard to make a rational, like logical defense to say no.
for sure.
But the answer is still no.
But the answer's still no. The answer is don't get yourself in that situation. Pick up
Yeah.
a trade and become a plumber.
But like, was it worth it?
Like
think
you
about it
said.
from Adam. Like weigh the pros and cons, not just of like that moment, but of the totality of the relationship. You know.
Yeah, and
Like, would you trade being cucked in public for everyone on the internet to talk about for like countless threesomes with the hottest woman alive?
I mean, no, but
Okay. I think I would.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're a pretty moral guy. I mean, maybe a cuck's not such a bad thing, but in my head, it just sounds miserable. To be.
I draw the line at, I think, swinging of what I'm like kind of like open to, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like finding pleasure in my partner finding pleasure, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I
Keep
guess.
it at that. Keep it at that, you know?
Yeah.
That's like the absolute line, you know? But
yeah.
Anyway.
Now let's go to the opposite spectrum. Jonah Hill. How do you feel about Jonah Hill's set of guidelines? And if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
No, I mean, I didn't see too much on this one, but it seemed perfectly normal, rational, you know?
But that's another one where
careers
mixed in, because he said he doesn't want her giving surf lessons to dudes, posting pictures in a bikini. And it's like, okay, well, that's maybe superficial. How do you think she's getting a lot of these surf lessons? She was a surf instructor. So there was like a lot of things. And he was, I don't know, it was a breach of trust, as he kept saying. But are you cool with like laying stuff out like that and being like, if you don't like it, then... I mean, and that, it was like
it sounded like a breakup more than anything.
Kinda,
you know, like it wasn't you have to do this. It was, you know, for me to continue to be involved.
Right.
These are my boundaries. That seems perfectly fair. I think those things are hard to fucking say. You know?
Oh, for sure. And like he said, he was like, if I wasn't a public figure, this wouldn't be such a crazy thing, you know what I mean? But because I'm Jonah Hill, it's like you're gonna put this everywhere and I'm gonna sound like a fucking psycho. I don't know where I feel. Like you said, I'm not too read up on it, but I just thought these were complete opposite ends of the spectrum of
definitely not a career ender for Jonah from what I've seen.
No.
Just kind of like something icky to be in public, but like it's just messy, but
nothing.
And I don't think I agree with him. Like, I don't think I would have the same boundaries.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
yeah. They seemed,
But
exactly.
I think for anyone who wants to fucking say, hey, like, when you do that, it doesn't make me feel good, is not doing that something that you can do. If it's not something you can do, then it was good to date you, you know?
Yeah.
GG's.
GG's, nice.
Let's do this draft,
that's
buddy.
a perfect segment, exactly, or segue. We are going to be doing, I don't know the best way to describe it, things to do during recess. I don't want to say games because some of the things I have on this list aren't technically games, but they're things we did. But yeah, during recess, you won the last draft. It was close. But seemed like the Borat was a little over the heads of the younger generation, which is sad to see.
I see.
Yeah. But anyways, off we go. I think you are first this time around, and with that, there you go.
With the first pick for activities or things to do at recess.
Activities is good.
Activities is good, right?
Recess activities.
Yeah, my first one's gonna be ball wall.
Ball wall. Now, can you? Everyone has different names for different games, right? Can you explain ball wall just a tad bit?
So ball wall, from what I remember, would be a big classic rubber recess ball. I like to call them bouncy ball, and you have to hit the ball. The ball has to hit the ground once and then hit the wall. After it hits the wall, it can bounce once before the next person hits it. and bounces it into the wall.
Ah, this sounds like a game we used to play, but almost in the reverse. Now at the end of this, is there like pegs or something like that? How do you get out? Just not being able to complete
Not being able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was variations. You would do it like where you have to throw it between your legs.
Ooh, that's fun.
You know, like there's different games. You could play with 2 people. You could play with 4 people.
Now you guys had a stacked elementary school for games and shit like this. That's like, it's crazy. Like
what? Like the playground setup?
No, just just the kids. You had like everyone we went to middle school with, and like a big classes. You had a big selection, I should say. Like you could not play with Ken Dugan for a week, and then you know what I mean, move on. It's just nice.
Yeah, a lot of stuff to do. Me and Ken Dugan had. I mean, I'll get into that with one of my later picks. I got Ken Dugan story.
Oh, Ken Dugan. Wow, I like that ball. Leading it off. All right. My first game is going to be one played with, I think it's the same ball. A little more original, but Foursquare. Just the legendary, nothing better.
That was almost my first pick. I had a hard Foursquare run, maybe 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. I was going hard every recess.
Oh, it was the best. It got to the point where we got our Foursquare balls taken away because the bell would ring, and we were like, we're not leaving till this point's over. And they were like, well, we're taking the rubber balls. And it was like, okay, we'll play with a basketball. We don't give a shit. Let's go. There's nothing more fun. So many variations of Foursquare too. You can pick on the new guy. No one sees that as an issue. It's King of the Hill, so the line's always moving. Just a fun fucking game. Yeah, just love it.
Introduce us to the cards a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
It was like King Corner, right?
Yeah, there
Jack
you go.
Corner. Was that a thing?
Yeah. We did that too. See, that's the thing. There's, like I said, so many variations, and everyone plays it different. That's like, we would have these random kids come over from another school. Sometimes we would have like, did you guys have our pen pals back in school?
Yeah. They used to have us write the inmates.
Oh, no. Oh, you guys wrote the, oh, I was going to say, shit, that's right into Larry Nasser. Jesus Christ, that guy just got poked.
Oh my God, I was just researching that guy.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Did you hear what he said?
Up.
He said he like made a comment about wishing there was girls at Wimbledon or something like that, and then the next day he got a little pokey in the pokey.
Yeah, you got poked.
Yeah, but Foursquare, you know, we had pen pals though, and like I think it was like 2 years, and like on like 3rd grade maybe they came to our school and visited and stuff, and played Foursquare, and they were fucking all of our rules up. I just remember it being like, this is a clusterfuck. Let's do
I have to teach you the rules?
Let's do something else.
You're 8 years old. You're fucking trying to explain rules. It's like, this doesn't make sense.
No. But yeah, Foursquare, legendary. Round 2, kick us off.
This is just another elementary school classic here. We're going to go with tetherball. Now, for me, I was never the best at this game. I was always kind of scared of the ball.
Yeah, it comes in
kind
hot.
of a theme. It comes in hot. It would wrap around your arm. It was a whole thing.
Did you guys allow ropies?
Ropies, like we tried not to do the ropies, but everyone would do the ropies. And I just remember like everyone would be playing before school. Justin Bruce would be fucking like throwing it so hard that it wraps around. It wraps around in one try.
That's so awesome.
Exactly. So that's just the classic recess game for me.
Yeah, love tetherball. Always reminds me of Kicking and Screaming now too. When fucking Will Ferrell and what's his name are playing, he takes one to the face. I've seen so many kids take tether balls to the face on like a cold morning.
Dangerous.
Too. It's fucking. It really is. But yeah, it
like
is
hitting
fun.
A curveball.
Honestly, it's coming in at that fucking honk.
Exactly.
But it is fun, and it's nice when there's just like we had a couple, but there was always one on our path, and so like the line leader would start it off and fucking knock it, and then everyone would just be fucking do like hitting it as it goes. Some fun things like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, love me some tetherball. Even though I was dog shit at it.
Same.
All right. And now I didn't know how far to break these games down as like you know
I
what
know
I mean?
exactly where you're going.
So the next one I'm gonna
Brr.
I don't know that. Damn.
Good.
Maybe we're not on the same path. But this next one, it's an orientation of basketball. I'm taking knockout.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. And
Not to be confused with lightning
what's lightning? Do
or
tell.
shootout.
Oh yeah, no. This is knockout. And see, the problem with the people I play with is I was the best no one else played basketball, right? Outside of school, they played school basketball, but nothing else. And they all played soccer. And so their one rule was like they can kick the ball. Like that's their way of knocking is they can just punt it as far as they can. Right? Bullshit. But I was like, I'll allow it because I would just grab boards, right? They would never have the chance to kick the ball. But I can remember a few times where my ball just got punted and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not even going to get that. Like, fuck you guys. I'm done. Like, this is whack. So whack.
Would you throw it where you could throw it under the hoop?
Yeah.
And knock it?
And that's how it's supposed to be. And you're supposed to be only able to knock with the ball, right? Like ball in hand, ball to ball.
Oh, no. I was saying you throw it up under the hoop. Like as the ball's coming in.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Any contact with the ball. That's how it was. It had to be ball to ball contact. But these fucks all were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fucking punt it." I'm like, "All right, that's fair. Fuck you. That's fair." But yeah, knockout, always fun. Brings the best out of people because even the shitty people can sneak a win every once in a while. You know what I mean? You get in the right lineup. You get two shitty people in a row. They can make their way
hit
in.
a shot.
Exactly. Yeah. So, knockout. There it is. Round 3. Here we go.
Now, this is what I thought you were gonna pick, and I went burr. Do you know what I'm about to pick?
No.
So with my third pick, I'm going with freeze tag.
Oh wow. I had tag. But I'll give you all variations of tag. Yeah.
You're going to give me all tag?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's fair.
Let the record show I went with freeze tag because it's always nice when you're playing tag to have some people on your team, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And freeze tag too. Were you ever a cheater in freeze tag? The guy that said, "Oh, he untagged me"? Like,
did I ever open my eyes when playing fucking Marco Polo underwater?
You're such a scumbag.
What type of question is that? I'm the best Marco Polo player of all time.
Oh my god!
No goggles needed.
Dude, Marco Polo's different. I just look for legs. You got to keep that waist down. You can't be looking all the way up. But nah, freeze tag's fun as fuck too, because you would just, very strategic. Were you strategic with your freeze tag when you were like first one it? Or how would you play freeze tag? Were you one person it trying to freeze everybody?
Oh, no.
Oh, how did you play? Oh, that's how we played.
It would be one person's it, and if they tag someone, that person freezes, and the only way to get unfrozen
is another person untags.
So yeah, you are trying to tag. Well, no, you're not.
Then how?
How do you win?
Yeah, I'm confused.
I don't know. It's like an endless game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess no one ever won. It's just something that just went on and on, huh?
Does anyone ever win tag? Is that?
No, there is tag championships now, but yeah, no, I guess you're right. Tag's not it's more of an activity. I guess that falls into the activity category.
Cardiovascular.
Exactly, cardiovascular. How did you do on those pacer tests back in the day? Were you like middle school? Were you a kid that maxed out all the stats, or were you just got what you had to get?
No, I maxed out. Yeah.
Damn. Hardo alert.
Yeah, I went until I was like, how hard could this thing be?
Oh, it's pretty hard.
Is it?
Dude.
I don't remember it being that hard. Maybe I'm just misremembering myself as a fucking champ. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I took it to its limits. I don't think it beat me.
I believe it. I just had no cardio back in the day. I just remember the sit-up one, and I had one class where it was me, Matt Toscano, and Jordan Milligan, and Mr. Luce was like, all right, all three of you guys at the same time, knowing damn well it was going to become a competition. And the max was 80, and we got to 40, and everyone just kind of looked around why are we doing this? And then we all went to 80, and it was just this is so fucking dumb. Fuck this.
I remember the wake-up call that was testing my flexibility in 8th grade.
Oh.
And I couldn't the way they had you
The
sit and
sit and
reach
reach.
forward.
Yeah. No good.
I couldn't touch my crew socks. I was like, this is a fucking problem.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. The sit and reach with like the box, I couldn't even get to the board. Now I'm good. I've been stretching.
Yeah,
I'm on
same.
my shit. But yeah, back then, which is weird. I don't know how. I feel like I was more flexible back then. But love that though. Freeze tag, lock it up. I'll lock you up on all the tag games there. To do. This next one, a little more old school, but we had a nice patch of grass for the first, God, when was it? 3-4 years of elementary school. So we would get our hands into, oops, let me play some tones. Old Red Rover. Did you guys ever play this?
Oh, dude, I would never get called.
Oh, I wonder why.
There was back-to-back field trips where we played Red Rover, and I didn't get called on.
Oh, that's.
And then I remember like a teacher having to be like, "It's because you're so," like I was upset. They were like, "It's because you're strong. It's because you're strong." Like, fuck this shit. I was ready to fucking blow people's shoulders out their socket.
Yeah, that's
That
amazing.
game's so dangerous.
The most dangerous. And that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure a teacher was the first one who taught us how to play. You know what I mean? Like, kids don't just
Yes.
line up in a line and sprint at each other. It's not something that's intuitive.
It was always an organized game by adults.
Yeah. Which is, they just want to see madness. I mean, good on them.
It was a fun game though. I liked it.
Oh, very fun. But I kind of stood in the same ground as you just because I was tall. I was a skin and bone boy, but I was tall, so I never got called on much, and I was always the place they targeted. They see the long lengths, and they're like, that's a breakable chain. And boy, were they wrong.
See, for me, they heard about the RJ burger that I had on me, and they just
Jesus
didn't want
Christ.
to. They didn't want to bang their knee.
The RJ burger. What in Christ has this turned into?
They didn't want to bang their knee.
It's to bang
All
their
right.
knee. Love that. Jesus. Red Rover, though, honestly, underrated game. Could never be played today, but a fun one, nonetheless.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me turn it to you. Oops. There it is.
For this one, I'm just gonna go. We were playing this game when Kenny put some kid in a headlock.
It sounds
That's neither here nor there.
that sounds very normal for elementary school Kenny. I hate to say it, but it sounds on par.
Not to throw you under the bus, big guy. I love you, but kickball.
That's on the list.
And kickball, simple strategy. You just hit it real hard down the third baseline. Don't put it up in the air. You put a roller down the third baseline and make them throw that big ass, heavy ass ball all the way to first base. They won't. They throw to first base, you're already turning and going for two. I mean, it's a simple fucking game.
That's amazing.
The ball doesn't move fast enough in kickball. Seriously, though.
No, and that's the thing. We were supposed to be playing this kickball league on turf, but they played it on the grass, and they haven't mowed the grass in so long, so it goes especially slow now, and it's fucking brutal. Let me ask, why did Kenny get this kid in a headlock? Tell me he caught Kenny's ball or something.
No, I have no idea. It was on second base. That's all I know.
God, kid was a legend.
It might have been a you were out situation.
Yeah, I could see that. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Love that though. Kickball. Another underrated game that should be played by more adults. I feel like that's like a perfect entry into adulthood. Your athletic days are behind you. You ain't got to run too hard. Just go enjoy some kickball.
Just have a claw. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that though. Kick Beezy. All right. All right, I think I'm going to go back to the basketball court. Another classic. That's why I didn't really want to break these down. I was going to say basketball as a whole, but 21's the pick. It's a whole nother game in and of itself. We were playing from fucking like second grade on, and it was just a game that was always like nothing else to do. Let's just go play 21, or I guess they call it tips now or whatever, but like it was like a version of that 21-ish.
Yeah.
But we had, I mean, sounds shitty, but my mom ran the like the before school and after school daycare, so we were there all day, right? That would sound shitty in theory, but it was just hanging out with the boys fucking all day long. So it was like before school 21, especially with my brothers there too. So I guess not really recessy, but we would play it at recess.
It's on the playground.
Exactly. Playground games might have been better. But yeah, nah, there's nothing like winning a 21 game against like 8th graders and stuff when you're in 5th grade, and it's just like, let's fucking go. Fuck you all.
21. Can you do something for me? 21's a personal favorite of mine, honestly.
Yeah.
I tend to thrive in the 21 setting because in every other setting you always have the option to pass. You know?
Good point.
Whenever you have the option, you always just do it because you're a good guy. And you're like, you think there's always a better shot, so you don't take a mid-range pulley.
Just pull up. Exactly. You get
a little midi. Like the 21, you're like, fuck it, I got it. Like, I'm too tired to drive by these guys. Let me just get to my shot. You feel like Kobe, just 1-on-5.
Oh yeah. And there's nothing like the pressure of getting to 13 or 21 and having to hit a free throw, and you're like, fuck. This is like, I mean, pressure makes diamonds.
Dude, that could be a good game to, like, you're coaching a basketball team. Say you're in the Willow Glen gym. There's fucking, what, six fucking hoops?
Yeah.
Break them into threes. Go fucking have fun.
Yeah, then guys get too physical, and that's how you get injuries, I feel like.
That's the other thing. No fouls. You just get hacked in 21, and you're like, what are you going to do? Get the ball.
No blood, no foul. That was always the rule, to an extent, obviously.
My bad, dog. Did I get you?
But yeah, 21, put it on the board. 5th round, take us home.
So just to take us home, I'm actually proud to say we used to play this at recess, maybe more than any other game out there. And this is going to be football. Like, nothing better than showing back up to your class after dropping, 100 yards throw in,
just real numbers.
150 yards running, catching a touchdown. Like, it was just special. And, I used to always kind of play with the shittier kids and just play quarterback and fucking make shit happen. Like, I'd be like, yeah. Like, how elementary school is. All the guys, the good guys want to play on the good guys team and stack it up and fucking do it. I'd be like, all right, I'm playing quarterback though. Like, let's fucking go.
100%.
I'm touching the ball every hour, every second of this 1 hour lunch. I will have the ball in my hand. So good times. I love football, man. That's where I really learned how to sling it, or tried to.
So you were QB1. I mean, of all your class, if you were on the good team, were you still getting touches at QB? Were you still the go-to?
I mean, honestly, I didn't have an arm like Kenny, but I probably
dual threat.
I'd probably be on the scout team, but the scout team might give them some sweat,
I like that. Nothing but honestly, top 10 feeling is being on the scout team and giving your real team a tough look. And it's been on the scout team that beats the real team a couple of times, and it's good, clean family fun. Let's just say that.
Oh, God. Yeah, sometimes it goes the other way too. I mean, scout team gets their ass beat up
more often than not. Yes, exactly.
I remember freshman year, I get pulled up to VAR, CCS style. I'm playing on Revisa, Aurelia, all these guys. It's just how do you even fucking say it? Shells. So shorts on, just the upper pad. It's supposed to be a real light practice. I'm on scout team. It's like a little run play or something like that. I go to just kind of, fill my position. And Jay Roach just fucking
sticks you. Oh, what a dick.
Just spears me in the fucking head.
I expected it from Brett Brigger, not Jay. Jay's supposed to be your caretaker out there.
Exactly. Now, there was one time me and Jay Roach almost had to beat the shit out of Dylan Lennox, but that might be
that's so good. Save that. That's a great story.
That might be a story for another day.
And that's a story that people talk about to this day that are like, that is so fucking funny. So good. Football though, yeah. I was we always had kids in our class that wanted to play QB, so I would just say, all right, throw it up top. Exactly. Meet me downfield. And then there's always that asshole that's the running quarterback, right? The guy that never throws the ball. It's usually the short kid with the long hair, and it's just like, my guy,
Everyone's open.
literally
It's elementary school.
You suck. We're not
Not
having
one
fun.
person is covered.
It's crazy.
Take your choice.
But yeah, football's fun. I mean,
there's no pass rush, my guy.
That's what I mean. There's no one in the box. Let's have some fun. But yeah, no, like a 5-on-5 is perfect. It's just so good. Just fill them out and let's have at it. All right, final pick. Now I'm going to talk through this one because it's a final pick. Smear the Queers on here, but we didn't play that a ton. It was like fun, but that was like a game that got stopped after 2 smears of the whole queer, as they call it. But yeah,
when you actually smear the queer kid.
Yeah, I mean
that's when we stop. Right?
It becomes a real liability for the school. But that one was fun. What you say?
The best of that game would be when you got the ball and you just toss it to they're about to tackle you and you just toss it to someone else.
Exactly.
And they just catch it and get wrecked.
Just wrecked.
Great game.
And it's like you could set guys up so perfectly. And like I said, that's like a 2 tackle. The teacher sees the first one. They're like, are they really playing that? And they see the next one. They're like, fucking stop it. So
fucking queer.
Yeah, exactly. So that one's out. I had some rainy day games on here. Like Heads Up 7-Up was a big one for us.
Huge.
We played poker. We used to gamble for mini pencils.
Wow, poker.
Oh yeah, we were like big into poker. It was crazy. We had this one kid that had older brothers that taught us how to play poker, and it was like we would do it 4th, 5th grade rainy days. That's all we did is gamble for mini pencils. Legendary. Chandler Seager, shout out. But I think the one that we played the most, I'll have to do is soccer or futsal. I'll call it soccer, but these fucking idiots would love soccer and they'd bring that, that small soccer ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one. And we would rip that all day. And it was like probably a 25-yard patch of grass. So nice and short, just didn't have to run a ton. Yeah, a lot of fun. I stuck my ass in goal. They're like, there's no goalies in futsal. I said, watch me. I'm going to stand here and use my hands all game because that's all I know how to do. But yeah, no, lots of fun. Futsal, soccer, mark it down. Did you have any other honorable mentions?
Well, basketball straight up was going to be on there.
Yeah.
Eating your lunch early was going to be on there.
That's facts.
The old classic. Like, let me just sit down and have a PB&J in the shade while everyone else plays.
Love that. I love just
playground.
Exactly.
Slide.
We would
for swings.
Monkey bars. We invented a game on the monkey bars where it was like 2 people would like start at opposite ends and you'd have to like knock the other one off. And so we would like kick and like push each other, like shit like that. Like just made up games. Tons of fun.
Yeah. There was one year where it rained right before the walkathon.
Ooh.
And so they had all the tables laid out like in a row, like next to each other, like a slide. And so and it was raining heavy and me and Kenny just fucking, it was like, yeah, we just fucking went after across. It. We went down all the slides. It was a fucking awesome trip.
Nothing better. Did they let you guys go outside when it was raining? Did you have the option in elementary school or was it like inside?
I think it was pretty much inside.
Yeah. That's same here, unfortunately.
Connect 4, honorable mention.
Connect 4, wow. Hangman, lots of those
games. Hangman, yeah.
So good. But then the other one I love was just harassing people. I had this one friend, Jack Ryan, and it was just like, we would walk around. It was the same thing I did with Jordan Milligan. Like, we found one water fountain that, like, the water pressure would go when, like, one person was using it, but, like, when two people were using it, but when one, it, like, expand in their face, we would just let off the pressure, just like literally 1950s gags, and it was like the funniest shit ever. But yeah, harassing people is always fun. But shit, that's it. Let me go over these real quick. Josh went ball wall. The one I was gonna say was butts up. That's the one that's close to ball wall, but we played with the tennis ball. Close, very close.
That's another good one.
And you got pegged after. Pegged with the ball, I should say. Yeah. Whoopsies. Okay, Josh goes ball wall, tether ball, freeze tag, all tags. I'll throw you kickball and football. I went Foursquare, knockout, Red Rover 21, and soccer/futsal. There it is. That's the podcast. Lock it in. And thank you all for doing this with us. Eesh. Until next time, adios.